Academy are returning to the stage next week. This is with a production of a musical that needs no introduction, The Sound of Music. And it's actually going to mark 10 years since Encore first staged it. Well, I've got the director, Rebecca Thompson. I've got Anna Gallagher, who plays the role of Maria, and Mark Leonard, who's playing the role of the captain in studio now, and on mic and on camera. So, guys, welcome to the studio.
Thanks,
Thank
Josh.
you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in. And start with you, Rebecca. It's your job to pull it all together. You've been rehearsing since January?
January, yeah. So it's a kind of a quick turnaround for us on this occasion. We just decided after Christmas that we would apply for the rights for The Sound of Music, knowing that it was 10 years since we first staged it, coming up in April. So we thought it would be nice to revisit it. And I suppose our 10-year anniversary for Encore was put to the one side because of COVID. So we thought this would be another nice way to kind of mark the success of the school and just revisit just a popular production that we've done.
Popular is right. I mean, everybody knows The Sound of Music and loves it. And it's important to stress The Sound of Music. It's not just for Christmas.
Well, it was on at Easter there as well too. So.
Was it? Yeah. There you go. Yeah, you mentioned there applying for the rights. Are there different versions of the Sound of Music, or is it just one? You do the musical and that's it?
Yeah. So there's just the one version of The Sound of Music. But with any production, you have to apply for the rights to stage it. So it's not just a case of just deciding I'd love to do it and then just putting it on the stage. Right. You have to apply and then be accepted to stage it, but then you're kind of like bound by restrictions and that. So unfortunately for us, for this production, the rights company have said that we're not allowed to sing I Have Confidence, which is a real iconic song from the film. But thankfully the rest of the popular songs are all involved as usual.
And did they give any reason? Is there
no reason? We've tried. We've emailed a few times, said, can you please, because Maria's going to be amazing at it. But no, for whatever reason they didn't specify what that was. But
it's just the one song.
Just the one song. The rest of the classics are all in it.
Yeah. Mark, you're there as captain, and well, you've got the height, and you've got the imposing figure of the captain, as we know from the film, Christopher Plummer. Looking forward to it. Have you played it before?
I haven't played this role before, no. But like you mentioned, it is an iconic movie, the 1965 film. Everyone has seen it a load of times.
Yes.
So that can be good and bad, right? Because people have a perspective of what it's going to be like.
Correct.
But you want to bring your own stamp to it too. So I think Rebecca's done a really good job there of having all the things that people want to see, but having her own twist on it as well.
Yeah, which is good. And then audiences straight away, they kind of go, okay, this is a cast now that's doing it sort of their way, and I want to maybe slightly set aside my misconceptions or preconceptions, if you like, because as you say, Mark, it's a good and a bad thing that people know the captain from the film, and it's been countless times as we all have. But anyhow, your version of the captain, you've been rehearsing.
We've been trying, yeah. The adults cast came in a little bit later than the children, so I can remember that first rehearsal arriving, and all the kids knew almost everything. So they're looking at me as I tried to get through something I just about knew.
So it was daunting for you, not the kids.
It was all these tiny humans looking at me, wondering where they found me, basically.
Encore, mostly for young people. Obviously, there's adult roles in this as well, and they have to be accommodated. But you can't go and change the musical to suit.
No, you're not allowed to change anything. And again, due to the rights, you're not allowed to change any of the script or any of the songs. You just have to stick to what that is, which thankfully is true to form to the film, more or less. So we're lucky in that respect.
All right.
Yeah.
Anna.
Yes.
Maria.
Hello.
Yes. Maria, obviously, in the film. And have you played the role before?
I've not, but I was in the production before.
Okay.
So I actually played Marta when I was 7. So it's a very...
Have you much memories of that?
I remember it actually very clearly. It was my first production I've ever done.
Right.
And I remember having the chicken pox on stage at the time. So it's kind of dark memories of it. But
right.
No, it was... it's amazing to be back now.
Yeah, without the chicken pox.
Without chicken pox.
Yes.
Thankfully, you can only get it once. Like, we're lucky. But it's mad to be back, like... a good few years later playing the lead role. It's amazing. I'm so glad for the opportunity and thankful for Rebecca for giving it to me as well.
Rebecca, a big cast of children and young actors, and it's a great opportunity for them. I mean, this is what it's all about.
Yeah, I mean, we've a cast of 49, and I suppose for me, we usually are working with all the children in Encore for either like a general theatre showcase. We just staged Matilda Junior, the musical, last May, which was, because it was a junior production, the eldest performer had to be no more than 19. So for me, it's a normal case to be working with 90 to 130 children in any given show. But we just have 11 children in this production. And I'm always quite conscious of that we try and, cast age appropriately as well, too, as you were saying. Like, I'm not going to put a 15-year-old fella in as Captain Von Trapp. So for all Encore productions, we do cast age appropriately, and then anyone that's under 18 we do select from our own students for that.
But for many of them children, they're big roles.
They're massive roles, yeah. And I mean, the Von Trapp children, they're in a lot of scenes, and for a lot of these children, they've never worked with a musical director before. Musical director Stuart Bradley, who's been phenomenal, he's amazing. But it's great to get the children in and working with a full creative team, such as a musical director and live band, and also for them to learn from the adults as well. It's Encore Performing Arts in association with Encore Theatre Productions, which we set up to kind of accommodate our past students, such as Anna and Andrea Logue, who's playing Elsa, to come on board and just continue that love for performing and like as an adult company.
Yeah. And obviously then it makes musicals where there's a lot of adult roles more accessible and more doable.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
So, Mark, you're keeping all the kids in order, or at least that's the plan.
Well, that's definitely something that's beyond me. But yeah, that is the plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have the whistle?
We have the whistle. My ears be ringing some nights when we leave rehearsals for this.
When we first got the whistle, I actually still have it in my pocket from rehearsals last night. But when we first got the whistle, and we were playing a scene where the kids all come running towards me, and I give it a good blast to stop them in their tracks.
Yes.
I hadn't blown this particular whistle before, and I almost took the ears off everybody in the theatre.
But did it work?
It definitely did.
Okay, we're going to hear a song now from the musical. Anna, which song is this?
This is The Sound of Music. Yes.
Brilliant. Okay.
A star has come out to tell me it's time to go. But deep in the dark green shadows are voices that urge me to stay. So I pause and I wait and I listen for one more sound, for one more lovely thing that the hills might say. The hills are alive with the sound of music, with songs they have sung for 1,000 years. The hills fill my heart with the sound of music. My heart wants to sing every song it hears. My heart wants to beat like the wings of the birds that rise from the lake to the trees. My heart wants to sigh like a chime that flies from a church on a breeze, to laugh like a brook as it trips and falls over stones in its way, to sing through the night like a lark who is learning to pray. I go to the hills when my heart is lonely. I will hear what I've heard before. My heart will be blessed with the sound of music, and I'll sing once more.
Beautiful, beautiful. That was Anna Gallagher, and Anna is going to be playing the role of Maria in The Sound of Music next week, and it's on in the Alley Theatre in Strabane. And Mark Leonard, who we've been chatting to as well, has the role of Captain. No pressure, Mark, after hearing that. Okay, and tickets available online. It's next Wednesday through to Saturday.
Yeah, tonight week's opening night, yeah.
Okay. And it's all coming together. Anna, you won't have the notes. You won't have the words in front of you.
No,
next
do you know what I
Wednesday.
said to Rebecca? I was like, I promise I know it, but when you're on the radio, you just have to
No
be
harm. No harm.
certain. Sure, yeah.
All right, and the website is
alley-theatre.com.
if you're inquiring about ticket availability. Okay, next Wednesday to Saturday. The best luck to you all with it. Break leg.
Thanks
Thank you so much.
Thanks, John. Thank you.
Sunsoak in Mexico.